This is THV11 This Morning.
And good morning to you. Happy Friday, everybody. Our financial phone bank is now open. Here's a live look right now inside the phone bank for More Money for Me Week. We are answering your financial questions from 6 to 9:30 this morning. So get those questions answered by our panel of financial planners, mortgage, student loans, credit card experts, whatever you have questions on, they've got the answers. Call the number on your screen, 501-350-0980.
And we want to know, continue to call that number if you can't get through, because it's going to roll over to the next person here. So we'll keep you updated on how it's going, or the phone's already ringing in there, possibly.
Yeah, you know what's amazing is all four just asked Rob about his vacation planning abilities.
And I said after 9:30 when you're done here, then we'll have a chat.
Right, we'll do the same thing. Again, the number 501-350-0980. Give them a call.
All righty, I'm Laura Monteverde, Tom Brannon.
I'm here.
We've got Rob Evans, present, ready for duty. All righty, and you know, I think this is the last day. You mentioned that it's going to feel warm, because it feels a little sticky outside.
I think we're probably still going to see some warmer temperatures,
I knew you were gonna
but
say it.
you know, going into the weekend, it'll correct. We have duck season opening tomorrow. Deer season going on today. We'll get Adam to help us with all those forecasts. Those forecasts coming up in just a few moments. Right now, the weather headlines today do include a chance of rain and thunderstorms, and those thunderstorms are beginning to come together in western Arkansas. Right behind the front will cool off. In fact, will cool off today as that boundary moves through your region. Temperatures will drop a good 5-10 degrees, and you will certainly notice the difference with the wind picking up out of the northwest. The other thing to mention, duck season in Arkansas starts tomorrow. And that's what I want to show you right now. If you're a duck hunter tomorrow, hopefully you'll get a little bit of rain. This is what the forecast looks like. We start Saturday and Sunday, both days in the 30s. Sunday a little bit cooler. There'll probably be a frost, if not a freeze in some areas. Wind tomorrow northwest, and on Sunday it'll be variable, begin to shift back around to the south during the day. So there's your duck hunting forecast. Let's show you where the rain is located. First, temperatures winding up in the 60s to near 70. I just had the duck hunting forecast. It's a twofer. Well, it's a bonus duck hunting forecast. There's the rain. It's beginning to really increase in coverage and intensity. Some thunderstorms now toward Johnson, Newton, Madison, Franklin, Logan counties. Activity is moving to the east pretty quickly, so getting some much needed rain here. Keep in mind there are burn bans in effect. And even in the Little Rock area, probably around 9-10 o'clock, that area gets a little bit closer to us. So we'll keep an eye on this for you. More on the weather is coming up in a few. Right now, back to Rob and Laura.
Well, the Red Cross set up a shelter overnight for people displaced by a wildfire in Franklin County.
Now, the grass fire started yesterday afternoon, but was close to 1,000 acres as of last night. No one's hurt, but several homes have already been burned. Part of Highway 96 has been shut down.
We're learning more details about the deadly shooting at a Little Rock auto shop.
Police now believe the intended victim was actually the owner of that shop. Harvell Todd Sieber was the one who was killed Tuesday, though, after he was shot at Heinz Detail on East Capitol Avenue. According to the report, Sieber was showing a woman where the restroom was when she fired several shots, then drove off. The shop's owner also shot in the leg.
Police released a picture of the vehicle they believe was used during the shooting. Officers say this car was seen parked down the street before the shooting and again right after.
A Civil War era cannonball found in Hot Springs was destroyed, and now the Garland County landfill, that's where it's at this morning. A customer actually brought a Civil War era cannonball to the Grand Gallery, worried that it was in fact a live cannonball, black powder inside and all. It was in a box in her trunk, covered in clothes, when the store manager, who has a military background, took a look at it and said, "That's a cannonball."
I noticed the fuse plug in it, so I immediately got her out of the way, got me out of the way, notified the police department.
A state bomb squad removed it from the car, working to destroy it with a water cannon. That did not work, though. They had to use stronger explosives to get rid of that bad boy. It's been around for, almost 200 years now. This is the second Civil War explosive Hot Springs has had to deal with this year.
The North Little Rock School Board unanimously approves a hiring freeze. The district needs to trim more than $7.5 million that it will no longer get from the state from next year's budget. And this hiring freeze could save as much as $500,000 a year. Board members voted for the freeze on the condition the job is not crucial to student success in the classroom.
We want to stay away as much as we can from instruction. We want to make sure that the students are safe, and the first thing.
Now, there's also been talk of cutting days and reducing health care payments. The school board expected to talk about more ways to save money at its next budget session on December 1st.
Little Rock parents upset their school might be closed, using a UAMS study on public health to help them in the fight to keep those schools open.
Neighborhoods are already under-resourced in a lot of ways, beyond whether or not they have a school, but they might not have the same neighborhood resources.
Researchers interviewed 117 people about the possible closing of 4 Little Rock schools. 49% said they believed school closures would have a negative impact on students and families. 58% believe the closures are necessary, though. The district will lose $11 million in desegregation funding next year. That is a ton of money. Superintendent Michael Poore says they are considering all issues.
We've got to try to do everything we can to repurpose and come up with strategies and plans and work with a variety of different community members.
Now, the Little Rock School District will continue holding those public input meetings as they make their decision. They say closing schools looks like at this point the only way to balance that budget.
Now, today, the Minnesota police officer charged with shooting and killing a man during a traffic stop will appear in court. Geronimo Yanez facing second-degree manslaughter charges in the death of Philando Castile. Castile's girlfriend, who was in the car with her daughter at the time, live-streamed the entire incident on Facebook. The district attorney says there's dashboard video and audio from Yanez's vehicle, but it won't be released while this case is ongoing. President Obama and German Chancellor Angela Merkel will meet in Berlin with leaders of the United Kingdom, France, Italy, and Spain. And will try to reassure allies that President-elect Donald Trump is committed to NATO and the transatlantic alliance. The president will also travel to Peru to end his final overseas trip as president.
So to come on THV11 this morning, Thanksgiving, the perfect time to show our loved ones how grateful we are. And it's also an important time to reconnect.
A relationship expert gives us advice to help you build the friendship part of your relationship. Tom?
Showers and thunderstorms just west of us now this morning. Let's go to Live View Max, and you'll see that we've got some thunderstorms toward Johnson, Franklin, Logan counties. A little more out southwest of Waldron. Movement of this line is to the east, northeast. We do have a little bit of a threat of severe weather today. We'll talk about that and your weekend forecast coming up.
And if you need help with your finances, we have the experts right here this morning. We have a phone bank going on starting right now until 9:30. You want to call in, ask us any questions that you have. If it's insurance, student loans, credit card debt, you name it, we're ready to help you. 501-350-0980. We'll be right back after this. Good morning and welcome back, guys. Yeah, if you have any questions financially, call in. We are here to help you. We've had some financial experts in the room with us. I'm here with Eric Hutchinson. So good morning. Tell me, what can people call in about?
Anything in the financial area, any part of their financial life, whether it's planning for retirement, saving for the kids' education, planning for the lake house, whatever it is, we have the opportunity to talk about it.
And you guys seem like you've already had somewhat of a busy morning already. Phones have been ringing off the hook. So can you tell us maybe 1 or 2 calls that you've had so far?
We've taken a lot of calls already and more calls coming in. I've had calls questioning. One gentleman in his 40s said, is it too late to start saving for retirement?
Oh, that's a good question. So is it too late?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
The time to start is right now.
Okay. And so what are some topics, I guess, that people that are really burning people right now, especially right around the holidays? Is it credit card debt or what is it?
Well, if a little bit of planning for the holidays would be important. If you're planning and careful about your spending, there's not going to be so much of the debt hangover into January.
Right.
So a little bit of advanced planning can help a lot.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us. And of course, you see, we're really busy in here. You can always call in with your questions. Now, when you do call in and you don't get an answer right away, just hold on. It will roll over to the next available caller here. So we've got plenty of resources for you to answer anything from student loans, credit card information to planning and even retirement. Once again, that number is 501-350-0980. We'll talk more about that here in just a bit. Laura?
Yeah, I know this young lady. Okay, so all of my college debt is Forgiven?
You're right. You're right. Give me that phone. Forgiven. You can even call. You could ask about your college debt. You could. What were you asking about, Tom? Can I get a free line?
Your college debt.
Your college debt.
We're talking about my college debt over here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that is a phone bank. You can call in anytime from now until 9:30. They can answer literally any and all questions that you have about your financial future.
Could you imagine the questions? Oh gosh.
We'll have to ask Raven what kind of questions they're getting in just a little bit. But first, we'll stick with what you know best.
Woo!
And that is traffic.
Pizza.
Pizza and traffic.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, traffic's looking really good. I literally just got off the phone with all of our financial advisors and our local law enforcement agencies, and we're looking good on the roadways. Make sure you check out that THV11 traffic app. Green is good.
The phone lines are held up, but not traffic, right?
That's exactly right. What can I say? Here we go. Safe speed locations for this Friday. Arkansas State Police Highway 70 at Kerr Road, Little Rock, Hilera Springs Road, North Little Rock Main Street, and Faulkner County deputies will be out on Highway 286. So be mindful of those areas.
If you're watching on a Friday morning and this guy doesn't make you smile, I don't know what will. My belly actually hurts from laughing. There you go.
Well, it's my pleasure to be here.
Oh, we love having you. Tom Brandon's going to look at your forecast now. We'll send things out to him in the weather garden. Tom?
Now, weather from the Crane Kia Weather Garden.
If that beard gets any longer, he'll remind me of Santa Claus. He's laughing, a bowl full of jelly. Kind of
okay.
Yeah, Christmas is coming up, Adam. Hey, Adam's going to help me out just a moment with a look at our forecast information for the weekend. This morning, I could see the sunrise beginning to take shape in the eastern sky. Less clouds east, more clouds to the west. In fact, the third quarter moon up above is covered in cloud cover. Clouds increasing rain chances today. Let me cover the burn bands because we're getting some rain in places that need it. Western Arkansas, Johnson, Logan, Franklin counties, Searcy, Newton counties getting some rain this morning. Maybe that'll help knock that burn band off a little. You're leaving me, Adam. Don't go anywhere. He's walking away from me. Well, okay, I thought you were going into the next room. I'd have to call Adam in just a moment. 30 counties in Arkansas with burn bands, and we're going to get some rain today. Now, whether or not it's going to be enough to be a burn band buster remains to be seen. We still have moderate wildfire danger across a good part of Arkansas, and the places that are in the orange are high wildfire risks. Weather headlines, we do have a chance of storms today. They're ongoing in Arkansas right now. And then a much cooler weekend, which is going to be great for duck season, which starts tomorrow. Fayetteville 67, 70 Fort Smith, Mena 70, well above average. These are higher than where we should be for afternoon maximums. But the good news is we are getting some rain and even some thunder out of this. So thunderstorms right ahead of this cold front. That frontal boundary is now in extreme northwest Arkansas. It's moving quickly. It's going to be a fast mover today. Don't expect the rain to stay for longer than maybe a half an hour in your location. Moderate or marginal risk, I should say, of severe weather today. That means we could have an isolated severe thunderstorm producing some damaging wind or even a little hail. So that takes us to this, one of my favorite things to do. You know, I've been out Fridays doing the football thing, but on Friday I like to incorporate Adam and have him help me with our weekend weather categories. There goes the rain across the state. It should be out of here by this evening. So here are the categories today. You've got deer, duck, and more cowbell baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam, you know how this works.
Here I am.
You pick the one you want to see. There you are.
Oh, I have to scoot back.
Well, they had to lower the camera a little bit for you.
They raised the camera.
Raise the camera, lower the camera, yeah.
Oh, well, see, I don't know.
Raise the camera.
This is all new for me. Okay, hey, everyone. So I love deer hunting, and I love duck hunting, but I have to see what more cow baby.
More cowbell baby.
There it is.
Of course, we're talking about the Razorbacks.
Go Hogs.
Taking on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And yes, cowbells will be ablazing tomorrow. 45 degrees at kickoff. Clear skies, chilly. Kickoff at Starkville, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening for the Razorbacks, Mississippi State. And I shrunk. There you go. Make me look taller on TV. Thank you so much. I am going to cover deer season because tomorrow is the opening of duck season. I picked the wrong category. Duck season is what I wanted. Duck hunting. Thank you, Lance Turner. Duck hunting forecast tomorrow 38, Sunday 34. We'll have plenty of sunshine, wind northwest tomorrow, but variable wind for Sunday morning. It is going to be colder and you'll want to take your jackets with you. Of course, duck hunters do. The next week, Thanksgiving, 61 and sunny for Thursday. That is a look at the weather as we now turn things over to Rob and Laura this morning.
Tom, Thanksgiving is now 6 days away, and no better time to give thanks for your relationship and continue to build friendships. Charlie Simpson with the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center here to provide advice on the science to build intimacy within the relationship. Women love it when you talk about love and science. They love the scientific, no. They're like, it's a feeling, it's not science, but there is a science behind it.
There is a science, and our research tells us that there are 3 components that really make up a healthy relationship. And the first one is the ability to manage conflict. The second one is what we call shared meaning, or how you travel through time together with your spouse. And the third one is building strong friendships. And there is no better time than during the Thanksgiving holidays and during the Christmas holidays to really enhance the friendship in the relationship. Now, what we teach couples is the 1-to-5 ratio. For every 1 conflict you have to have 5 positive interactions.
Wait,
That's
I think it's
ratio.
the other way around. Is it supposed to be 5 negatives to 1 positive?
No, you need 5 positives to the 1 negative.
Okay.
And positives can be anything small, from just holding hands, texting your partner, I love you during the day, just flirting in the kitchen, just little small things to build those 5 positive interactions. And signs tell us that it's important to make sure that those 5 components are being demonstrated, throughout the relationship. So the 1-to-5 ratio, remember that particular component.
So that's something that you don't really hear a lot about, thinking about that. But so if you're in a fight, if you were, say, maybe in an argument, the first thing you should do is just pick up the phone and say something nice, text something nice to your wife, right? And then the next thing is just something simple like that.
It's something simple. It's not always that easy.
Right.
It does take a little conflict management to be able to get through certain situations, but at the end of the day, can we move back to building the friendship? I work with so many couples that they go through those conflicts and the friendship just kind of fades away.
Right.
And that's really a scary place for a couple. But going through those conflicts, how quickly can you bounce back and get back on that friendship? Building that friendship, the intimacy in the relationship, just to keep that emotional connection together. But another way we encourage couples to build a friendship is through the rituals of connection. And this is basically, how do you travel through time together? Now, you're married 8 years. I hope that was right.
Yep.
But you got about 20, maybe 30, 40 more years
50?
together.
Come on now, 50? I'm not that old.
And so, how will you travel through those 50 years? A lot of couples lose that connection through those years, just kind of throwing themselves in work or just parenting. But how can you put some date nights in there? How can you put some vacations in there? How do you wake up in the morning time? How do you leave during the day? Just little small rituals that you can implement throughout those 50 years, just to make sure that you all are keeping that connection together. And that is really important to build the sustainability of the relationship.
Unfortunately, we ran out of time, but we're going to have more information. We'll put this on our Facebook page, THV11.com. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Hunters across the state gearing up as duck hunting season kicks off tomorrow.
Quack, quack, quack. That was Tom's impersonation. They have their equipment, their duck calls ready to go, but they're just hoping the weather cooperates, especially in Stuttgart, where duck hunting is what they live for. Listen.
It's our culture, that's our heritage, and it's what we've taught our kids to do, and everybody looks forward to it.
You should hear the duck calls in the studio right now. It's hilarious.
Thanksgiving weekend is the annual Wings Over the Prairie Festival, promoting the sport of duck hunting. Tom Brandon's got a good duck call. We'll make him do one.
Quack, quack.
We quacked the
Quack, quack.
in the
Okay,
Garden of
let's
Eden
step
song this morning.
Quack, 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 quack,
Quack, quack.
I see the Dougs going, nope, we're going back north.
That's what happened with Craig. Craig ran them all off yesterday after that attempt out in the garden last night.
That's right.
And that's where we're going to start with the duck hunting forecast for Saturday and Sunday. If you are a duck hunter and you're heading out to East Arkansas, first of all, outside, we've got clouds building to the west and a chance of rain. That's good news. We need some rain for ducks. We need the ducks. and some colder air is on the way. Check this out. Boom, here you go. Tomorrow, 38 in the morning. Sunday morning, 34 degrees, sunshine. Northwest wind tomorrow morning and the variable wind at 5 to 10 Sunday. In other words, it'll begin turning around out of the south, and Monday will begin to warm things up. So that's your duck hunting forecast. Day park forecast. Cloudy skies now through 8 o'clock. After 8, say 9, 10 o'clock, we may see some showers or thunderstorms today. It's going to lead into a much cooler weekend, even this afternoon. Front moves through your area. Temperatures will drop after a high in the lower to mid 70s. By the way, that 74 was achieved at midnight. 59 tomorrow, 54 Sunday here in Little Rock with plenty of sunshine. Let me show you where the rain's located. First of all, we're looking at 60s outside, and it's a little milder to the west of us. And if you're getting the kids ready for school, incorporate the umbrellas and raincoats. And here's that batch of rain and thunder lining up from northwest Arkansas around Searcy, Newton County, southward to near Howard. Severe Polk counties. Movement of this line is to the east. There's some embedded thunder as well. Guys, back over to you this morning. Oh, actually, Lance Turner joining us.
Hey.
Lance Turner.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Now a look at your Arkansas business headlines this Friday. And Walmart reporting lower profit, but showing encouraging signs in e-commerce. The retailer reported third quarter profit of $3.03 billion. That was down 8% from this time last year. Same-store sales increased by 1.2%, but that missed analysts' expectations, and revenue was basically flat. But Walmart said e-commerce sales grew by nearly 21%, up from the 12% in the last quarter. Meanwhile, there's a new CEO at Harp's Food Stores of Springdale. The grocery store chain's president and COO, Kim Eskew, has been elected as CEO. Eskew replaces Roger Collins, who's been CEO for 17 years. Collins will remain board chairman at the company. And finally, two big Arkansas banks are getting a little bigger today. First, Simmons First National Corporation of Pine Bluff struck a deal to acquire a third Tennessee bank, First South Bank of Jackson. It will buy First South's holding company with cash and stock, currently valued at $72.2 million. The transaction is expected to close in the first quarter of 2017. And Home Bank shares of Conway making its 11th acquisition in Florida since 2008. A bankruptcy court in Florida declared Home Bank shares the successful bidder to buy the Bank of Commerce in the Sarasota area. That deal also expected to close in the first quarter of 2017. There's a look at your Arkansas business headlines. Now we'll send things back over to Rob and Laura.
All right, thank you, Lance. Oh, long gone are the days of doctors using black ink for a newborn's footprints.
I remember those days, though. Yeah, coming up, more details on the new technology at UAMS, providing more safety for both mom and baby. Plus,
good morning. Hey, we all have those financial questions. They're burning, but don't go through it alone. We have some experts here that'll help you on everything from taxes, retirement, credit card debt, everything and much more. Hear what they have to say so far and the type of calls we've been getting all morning.